Hello, this is Arash Vossoughi. I have clients come to me from all over the world, and the one common denominator they ask me is, can you really teach me how to win? So this video today is, are you ready to win your life? I want you to think about the question. And I always tell my clients, I can show you exactly what to do. I could show you how to do it, but there's one prerequisite. Are you willing to pay the price to achieve your dream life, to achieve your goals? And to achieve that price is whatever it demands. That means you've got to be willing to take responsibility first off. It always starts there. You take responsibility and complete ownership and extreme ownership for everything that's happened in your life. See, we want to understand this, first of all. We control our life. We're the architect of our life. We dictate what happens going forward. Now, you may be sitting there, you don't know what's happened to me. Listen, I promise you that I could tell you what's happened to me, but it wasn't what's happened, it's how did you respond to it. See, when you understand that you're responsible for anything and everything in your life, when you come from that ownership, it's literally like you're taking off this grand piano off your back. Now you've surrendered the suffering. You've given up the excuses. And that's the first part of winning. You take extreme ownership. What's number two? You operate with a significant standard. That means you bring everything in your life up to your standard. You bring your confidence up to your standard. You accept nothing under your standard. Now, you've got to be strong. And one of the common traits that I teach my clients and what we do at Voss Coaching is we teach you how to do hard better. You're going to have adversity. Adversity comes with winning. And you want to think about it. What were the biggest things that you did the minute before you won, you achieved your goal? Think about all those things where you could have tilted in the other way. You could have weakened up, but you toughened up to get to that next level. And what we have to do is build mental toughness. The one truth is, if you're not tough, you're not going to win. Now, I don't mean don't be vulnerable. I mean, when you have adversity, you say, listen, I'm going to rise to the occasion. I'm going to act on the ideas. That's number two. Number three is we've got to operate with a significant attitude of ourselves. We've got to understand that life is going to throw us curveballs, but how we respond and look for the good in it. Start looking with the attitude that I get to do this, that I get to grow, that I get to solve problems. That's the whole process of entrepreneurship. The more problems you solve, the more successful you're going to be. When you get a problem, do you wilt or do you rise to the occasion? Do you really elevate your life? That's what we want to do. And you could win, but now we got to pay the price. That price so far has been responsibility, ownership, rising to the occasion, developing the attitude, and now discipline. Discipline is at the heart of the matter. When I got mentored, when I was really failing, my mentor told me there's only two things you have to understand. You have to understand the laws of the universe and work in harmony with the laws. He said every time you've succeeded greatly, you've worked in harmony with the laws. Every time you have failed, you violated the law. Understand the laws of the universe. Everything happens by law, not luck. And he said you have to mix it with great discipline. You have to be willing to accept and reject ideas. Be willing to only accept from this point on the ideas that are in harmony with that standard I was talking about. The ideas that are in harmony with winning. And you've got to be willing to fail to win. You've got to be willing to go try the things. And this is where risk-taking is so beautiful. See, I'm going to give you an idea that you probably never thought about it this way. The people who risk the most are actually risking the least. And the people who stay in their comfort zone are risking the most. See, because the true winners are the ones that go outside of what the masses are doing. They go the other way. Too many people are playing it safe. Playing it safe is a dumb idea. I want you to get this in your mind. If you're playing it safe right now, I'm talking to you. Do not play it safe. See, all you have to do is ask yourself, is this risk have the opportunity to take me where I want to go? Now, if you're sitting there saying, listen, I play it safe, I cross my arms, and you need to prove it to me. I don't have to prove anything to you. All you have to do is look at how you're living. The winners in life, like I said, it takes a price to win. Are you willing to pay that price? That price is getting out of your comfort zone. That price is risky. That price is stretching. That price is developing yourself. Always be developing yourself. Always be developing yourself. Constantly stretch yourself to get better. Today is our day in miniature. I love when Robin Sharma talks about this. He says your life is your day in miniature. It is so true. And what are you doing today? Now, if you're sitting there saying, I'm so bad at discipline, join the party. I was the worst at discipline. I used to start, stop. And guess what now? When I understood that I had to practice discipline and I had to master discipline, because that was the prerequisite to creating a life of freedom, then I was willing to pay the price. If you're sitting there saying, Arash, I just can't do discipline, that's not true. You don't have a big enough why. Your why has to be bigger than your why not. Your reasons for doing things are what's going to be the motive. And keep focusing on goals. If you don't have goals, winning is not an option. When you have goals and you're willing to grow into them, you're willing to fail to win, you're going to win big. So let's go back to winning. Winning is your birthright. I believe that every single person on this planet can win. Why? Because there's abundance everywhere. See, when you take the limit off of your mind and start focusing on building abundance and going to that state of abundance, because abundance is a state. Everyone has access to it. And you say, well, I don't see any of it. Listen, I didn't see any of it. 15 years ago, I was failing miserably. I was $150,000 in debt. I was getting married 3 weeks later and just lost my job. And I went and I said, what do I need to change? I need to develop a winning philosophy. The minute I changed my philosophy, my thinking changed almost immediately when I said, I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. And you could do the same. I didn't see abundance anywhere in my life. When I got the right direction and started changing and took responsibility for my life, then all of a sudden I went from losing to winning. Well, how do you go from losing to winning? You make a definite decision that you're choosing into your life. You're saying, no more screwing around. This is what I'm doing. And here's the truth of it. You're going to spend the time anyway. You might as well spend it creating an amazing life. Creating what we at Voss Coaching Co. teach you is creating a world-class life. Don't screw around with yourself. Develop the discipline. Develop the attitude. Develop the standard. Take extreme ownership. Winning is your birthright, and I promise you this, winning is a lot more fun than losing, and you deserve it. Start understanding that worthiness is the game. You have to feel worthy of the good you desire. If you do not feel subconsciously worthy, you're not going to attract it into your life. Look at your results right now. They tell you what you're in harmony with. If you're crushing it, you're in harmony with crushing it. If you're tiptoeing, if you're making excuses, if you don't go all in, you're not going to do it. See, we have to develop this muscle to win. And this muscle is our effort muscle. You go all in all the time. And you may say, that sounds exhausting. No, what's exhausting is pretending to be something you're not. That's exhausting. You have to release it. You can't play your life rigid. You've got to let go. Be open your heart. Open up to what's possible. Enter in the spirit of what you want. When you're in the spirit of what you want, you're in love with what you want. Your want comes from the essence. Winning comes from the essence. You're not here just to tiptoe through life. You're here to keep changing lives. You're here to make a mark for your family, for your children, for your environment. Think about it. What if now you're winning in all of a sense to get to that point you were around people who were more aware, but you had the courage to bet on yourself, to say from this moment on, I'm investing in myself. Constantly read books. Constantly go to seminars. Constantly make sure you have a mentor. We all have blind spots. Mentorship is the number one idea that changed my life. Winning is your birthright. It's time to toughen up. You are a winner. Now go create your life.